What would you like to do? This is not budgeted for, this is a county event that they bill us for after the fact.
Do we know how many people from Rhinebeck?
I asked Joan to find out, I don't have the information yet. I gave this to Joan to find out how many people.
Well, to me, the letter is ambiguous. Are they asking us to pay $375 per Rhinebeck resident or per attendee?
It is ambiguous, and they have in the past asked us for Rhinebeck
I
residents.
see.
And
Okay.
so we need to find out. I'll
Yes.
kick this back to, I'll call Todd Tancredi and I will kick it, but we have not approved it because we always get it after our budget is passed. So I'll find out how many Rhinebeckers and what they're asking us for. Is that agreed? Okay, record room at the highway department.
We've been looking at the record room above the highway department and the weight up there. I'm still waiting for assurance from the structural engineer that the ceiling is about to cave in. I think we'll get that with the existing volume. I have spoken to the court clerks, and they can get rid of, they think, between 40 and 60 boxes, which will reduce the weight. I did speak with Shelley, and she thinks there's also maybe 40 to 60 boxes that are outdated and we could get rid of. So I think that's our first priority, is to keep the records there, but pruning out excess boxes. And then the court system needs a sealed area for their records, and we could put up a wire
Gate with a padlock.
yeah, so that would be the simplest solution rather than trying to put the records some other place. So I think that's the way we should
Do we have
proceed.
confirmation from Robert Murray that it can hold the weight?
I have not gotten that confirmation.
But we're working on that?
Yes.
All right, well, thank you. I'm going to schedule the work lunch that I do with the employees, and when we do that, we always find a million, projects that we can do. And one thing that we'll talk about is getting the movable shredder here for, the courts like to use their own shredder. That's fine, they can do what they like. I'll make sure that happens.
Right, and Donna at that time also has records
Yes.
to be shredded.
Constantly, we have records to be shredded. Thank you. Railing at the transfer station?
The railing at the transfer station to the walkway where we used to have the containers for glass bottles has been broken. We think it was probably broken by Royal backing the trucks up. Currently, the trucks are parallel to the
Railing.
to a different railing. And the question is, should the catwalk be restored, or should we keep it the way it is? And before we make a decision, I thought maybe, depending on what the board thinks, go up there and ask people who use it, do they care one way or the other. It may be people are indifferent to whether they have the catwalk or they use the existing way it's arranged. I was told by the person who operates the transfer station that if we are going to keep the arrangement the way it is now, it would be good to get rid of the catwalk because there's a pole there and
Are you talking about the catwalk to the left of the transfer station, as you call it?
as you pull into the left, that they would like to pull the container back further. It's hard to get at. So before we make a decision, unless anybody else has some kind of an idea, we want to go up there one day and ask people who use it how they feel about it.
Okay, thank you. Anything else? Anybody? I've been meeting with our new mayor, met with him 3 times since he was elected. I'm going to set up a meeting with the mayor and Warren and whoever the mayor would like to bring to discuss the pending issues that we've had. And Warren, you and I could get a date for next week in the evening on Thursday, anytime after 5:15. We're going to be talking about fire protection, water meters, the meter pit, and our help, the town helping the village pave, and anything else that we want to start talking about. I also have sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I'd like to come to that if it's possible.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And he is going to set up a meeting with you and the village engineers to open the books and show you everything about meter pits and all of their policy or lack of policy on it, to look at parity and why or why not it should or should not have been put in.
Okay, sure.
So I'll make sure that that gets done. We also discussed, I'll be having a meeting on the 24th with Gary, the mayor, and David Miller, and hopefully Eric Rhinebeck, the town's representative, to talk about PANDA, because we have not funded PANDA to the amount that they've asked, and we have to discuss that and talk about it. Also, the mayor will be sending someone from the village to attend my Friday field meeting. It's a subcommittee meeting on fields. Alan, you'll be there.
Okay.
So he will send someone from the village. And we've also discussed forming a joint environmental group. A group made up of village and town residents to work with the mayor and I on keeping the 2 municipalities up to date on the barges, on the River Keepers water quality program that they're doing. They're doing an assessment of all of the kills and perhaps even groundwater, to work on our town and village NYSERDA green municipality certification, which will enable us to get up to $100,000 in grants for doing more green initiatives and lowering our carbon, and also to work on the NYSERDA free audit for our lights and to look at the possible purchase plan. So we'll be working on that. And the other thing that we talked about doing was the town and the village highway departments helping the Star Library with a small project. Since the park was put in, there's one portion of the library that was sort of untouched and it needs to be graded and seeded. It would take the library volunteers a week to do it, what the 2 highway departments could do in several hours. Barry, who just walked in, has agreed that it would be a good thing to help the library, and I met with Mike Wolf and the mayor today, and they're on board as well. So it would be the first joint town and village highway department project to help the library. So that's going well. The other thing is that I'm going to have a meeting with John Fenton, who is the village code enforcement officer. Our assessor department has not been, the village building department has not been getting the assessors the proper information. We've requested this several times over the past years, and it just hasn't happened. What does that mean for us? It means we don't have the information we need to change assessments after building projects are done. So the assessors department has come up with a form that they want done. It's been sent to the village several times in the past several years. Nothing was done. Now it will be implemented. So that's town and village. Anything else? Barry, all of your resolutions were passed, you're good?
Any questions?
No, I think we voted yes for everything, so we answered the questions.
Yeah, the questions-
We started earlier than what you,
I noticed
know,
that.
yeah, I know. Is there any other business before us, or anybody here that would like to speak to us, or any questions?
Well, I had come to, exactly a year ago, there was a petition that Ruby's put in to rezone the four corners up at 99G, basically to go back to what it was prior to 2009. If you recall, I think we met maybe in May last year, and there was a discussion about trying to go through the zoning, the planning board under that 50% expansion rule, which after going into that pretty deeply, we realized it can't really happen, it's not going to happen. So we've never really formally done anything on the petition that was submitted a year ago, so what I would like to ask the town board to do is to put that back onto your agenda so that we can look at that, and I'll defer to Warren for the process to go through. I know there's some provisions that were done for the town law to make those changes.
We will get we have received copies of the resubmitted application.
Correct.
It will go on our May 8th.
Well, I'd like to discuss this with the town board in an attorney-client session to
Sure,
give you legal advice on
Sure.
that issue.
sure.
And we also have an executive session, I think, for Stop and Shop. Did you ever get a hold of
Yes,
Ron?
yes, he's here.
Oh, was he here? Good,
Yes.
okay.
So, thank you, and we will
Okay.
talk to Warren about it, an attorney-client, and either myself or Warren, probably Warren will call you and let you know what our next steps are, and we will look forward to working with you.
Thank you all.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
coming. I'd like to make a motion to go, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. I think we can go into attorney-client.
Well, if you're going to go to executive session, you have to keep the meeting open, and we may actually come back, and if you're going to take action, you want to come back and do that. in the public
What's
session.
the
And then we can
what is
go
the
into an
executive
attorney-client session after that.
executive
That's
session?
with
is-
regard to the Stop and Shop. It's a
What is
contractual
under,
issue.
what, I just don't know what it is.
It has to do with the release of their bonds for the,
What is that
Aren't
in?
you going to give us legal advice?
yes.
But there's no provision for that? What's the provision in open meetings?
But I
law?
wanted to have Ron Evangelista there.
So he can't be an
So we can't
attorney-client?
do it in attorney-client session again.
Well, but if he's related to...
He cannot be there an
Well, he
attorney-client.
can. A business person can be there if they are related to the legal issue that we're discussing.
If you want to do it in an attorney-client session and have Ron there, that's fine. It's just that if we're going to take some action, you have to come back into real board meeting.
Let's go into an attorney-client meeting and ask our zoning administrator to...
And then we can resume.
Yes.
Board can adjourn the meeting.
Yes, that's what we're doing.
temporarily.
That's what we're doing. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Thank you. Okay, we're back in from our, were we in attorney-client or executive session?
Yeah, I think you have to make a motion to reopen the meeting.
I'd like to make a motion to reopen the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're back. We would like to do a resolution from the floor, John. Warren, take it away. I'll make a motion to,
The resolution will authorize me as attorney to the town to reach an agreement with Stop and Shop Supermarket Company LLC to rescind and terminate terminate the escrow agreement dated February 23rd, 2009 between Stop and Shop and the town with regard to the creation of the Transportation Corporation for their sewage work system at Stop and Shop, and to return to Stop and Shop the $20,000 that they have deposited in escrow with the town, and to also return to Stop and Shop the shares of stock, which we've been holding in escrow pursuant to that agreement.
Without interest.
And just as a side, the reason for this is that the usefulness of the escrow agreement has expired, and we have concerns about the town's potential liability for that system if we continue this agreement. So this works to the benefit of Stop and Shop, and it works to the benefit of the town to terminate this agreement.
Thank you, Warren. Do we have a second for that? I motioned it, and then a
Second.
second. Is there any further discussion? John, are you comfortable writing this up?
No.
Warren, you will write this up and send it to John?
Yeah, I'll get
Warren
some.
will get it to you, and,
This is about my raise, right? When I sent the
incorrect. You're doing this for the love of Rhinebeck. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Do we have any other business tonight?
Yeah, I'm all set, I'm sorry.
Do we have any other business? So I would like to motion the end of the meeting. Adjournment. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Warren Gary replied, and he can meet with us at 5:15 on Monday, the 24th.
Good.
Would you like us to come to your office?
Sure.
What's your address?
60 Mark.
Oh, wait.
He knows.
60?
Whatever.
We'll meet Monday evening
We're
at
over.
5:15.
I haven't been over it yet.
Over.